Ducks and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Guys, when I walk out onto the grass here at Saban Field, this is one of the most iconic places in all of college sports. When Bryant Denny is good, it's one of the most dynamic home-field crowds. They are so excited to welcome back their Crimson Tide, and they are really loud early in this pregame. I'll keep you posted on how loud, how crazy, and how frenetic it gets here for the Crimson Tide. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. And the Ducks will kick off first, and here we go. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll send the back in motion. Throwing Russell. Maybe a miscommunication. That one didn't have a chance.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Looking to pass. It's Russell. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. Looking for Rowe. He gets a block. Can they catch him? Touchdown, Ducks! Special teams coming through, the third aspect of the game, delivering big time. The return man takes it to the end zone himself, and now he'll give his team the lead.
And your defense made a big stop. You think you're getting the offense, the football back, but how about special teams coming through in a big way to take the lead for you, get some excitement, get some juice back on your side.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. They punted on the opening possession of the game. Might still have a few plays left on that opening script. And wings it incomplete.
And so far, man, everything's been difficult for this offense. And credit to the defense. They've taken away all the easy stuff. The easy perimeter throws, the quick throws. Nice job playing fast, playing physical. But this QB's got to get a little bit more in rhythm. Be a little bit more patient. Go through his progressions a little bit better. Right now, so far, it's an 0 for 4 start.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Keelan Russell. Catch in the middle, it's Edwards. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage in predictable situations.
Making the adjustment. Gonna run it. It's Hill. He'll be stopped a couple of yards short. Needed to get it to the 35, but they'll spot it at the 33, and it'll bring up fourth down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. He might be afraid to kick it to him here after the first punt was taken back to the house. Catch is made at the 15. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. They'll start on the ground with ball. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. So you really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Moore trying to get everyone on the same page. Got a wide open receiver. There he goes. What a play all the way inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 29.
Obviously, massive play by the offense, picking up a big first down on an explosive. But, David, 3rd down defense, it's one thing to allow a first down, but you've got to make tackles. And you can't give up explosive plays like that. At the end of the day, it's all going to come down to fundamentals, and you know that is driving their defensive coaching staff crazy.
It's so frustrating. You want to be great on those boxes, right? You want to check those 3rd downs. You don't want to give up explosives. Well, you just did 2 and 1. That's not good for this defense, right? They've got to control that 3rd down a little bit better. They got to snatch some momentum back, and you got to tackle better, man. You got some opportunities to get guys on the ground. You got to accomplish the mission.
Out wide right, it's Moore.
Offenses are doing such a great job now with putting so many wide receivers on the field that they get good matchups and they just attack you to make big plays.
The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Going to the run, it's Hill. Hard running there. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
I think there's a couple of schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Just feeds the running back. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever, third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Moore from the gun on third down. Touchdown, Oregon! He got it right inside the pylon.
Well, one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Here comes that Alabama offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. They go play action with Russell. He lets it fly. Makes the grab down the left side. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. Get a big play like that last one, you flip the field, you change the momentum. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 38. Hits inside, it's Hill. Pickup of 5, it's now 2nd and 5.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback keeps it. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And you could tell that the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
Breaks into the open. And he stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the 1st down.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Russell fires to the wideout. Has it. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
And you can see just how explosive this offense is. It doesn't matter what they do. Whether they're throwing the ball, whether they're running the ball, they've had some balance, but they can pick up yards in chunks. And you're seeing it happen. A really nice completion there. They ran it the play before, and now here they are knocking on the goal line again in the red zone.
With the run on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. They'll send the tight end in motion. Right side, it's Sutter. And he was thinking 6, but that D knocks him down at the 2.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
3rd and goal, where you separate the wheat from the chaff. He'll try to get to the marker himself. He'll be stopped short. Could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. And he's not even close to the line to gain, and the defense makes the stop.
Now, what a great job by this defense. Never giving up, man. Gave up some yards, get inside their own 1 on 4th and goal. And what did they do a good job of? Getting pushed, man. The big boys getting in the backfield, getting penetration, not letting the hole even open up, and they get the big 4th down stop.
And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. The run inside. It's Hill. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
And guys, they're not going to give up on picking up the first down, but they also need some breathing room for the punter. On the gun, on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
When you're in zone coverage and it's 3rd down, man, it's eyes on the quarterback. Break as soon as the hand separates from the football. You see the slant coming in behind. Nice job making your presence felt. They want to throw those, they need to pay for them. Be physical, make sure he doesn't catch that football.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another drive together, Jesse, and this time, let's get some points.
You're right, because there were a lot of positives on that last drive. They did a lot of things really well. They've just got to do a better job finishing.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Motion from the wideout. Throwing Russell. He'll be thinking about that one. Almost an interception.
Well, a great job in coverage on the back end by the defense. You just got to finish the play. That should have been a pick.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Russell. Going for it all. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Moore, play action. They get to him as he throws. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy at second down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. From the gun, it's Hill. They opened the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. Now here's Moore. Looking down the middle. Got him downfield. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Out wide left, it's Hooks. Got him right there.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, and the defense is having none of it.
Tough to make a living as an offense converting on 3rd and 10, but they'll try it here. Moore from the gun on 3rd down, and he gets rid of it.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up, was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
The Tide ready to roll on offense. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Out of the gun to give to the back. He'll slither through and pick up 3 and get it out to the 10-yard line.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've
intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Dante Moore. Here comes the heat. Gets rid of it.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and they force the incomplete.
2nd and long here. Rid of it on the RPO. Makes the grab, it down immediately. He picks up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. On the gun, on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Turns it upfield. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
The Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Alabama calls its 2nd timeout of the half. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Moore. He wants it all. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
And you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking on the football at the perfect time.
Looking for a gap. It's Hill. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? Now the Tide uses its 3rd and final timeout. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. Big 3rd down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. Moore trying to get everyone on the same page. Knocked away, incomplete in the end zone.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And it's right down the boulevard. And now the lead is extended a little further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Keelan Russell throws to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Nice run there, picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. Drives inside.
This offense has got to get this thing going, man. Nowhere to go. Where do you want the running back to go? He gets tackled for a loss. Offensive line has to block better. They got to create some holes. They've gone nowhere. Several drives, no points. They need something to go right for this offense.
Fields the punt. They drag him down, and good coverage that time by the special team. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Here's Moore to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
When you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good. Two of them, because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. You can't throw it late. It's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out early, and the receiver doing a nice job on his route so that the ball was right on him as soon as he turned around.
That's the way to open a drive. Now they'll put it in play just shy of midfield. Moore to the air. Out wide right, it's Moore. And he's finally ushered out of bounds, but not before. He makes a good gain.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Quick give. It's Hill. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Throwing Moore. Dangerous throw on that one.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella. Get the 6. Get the pick 6.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Throws for the tight end. Finds a man in the middle. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Unloads to the right. Makes the grab. And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
And they did tack on the extra point. Coming out with it, it's Brooks. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Russell. Oh, pressure's coming. Open space at the 25. Slides to the ground, picks up the first down, and avoids the hit. Alabama quickly back to the line. Back to throw, it's Russell. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
He'll try to do it himself. Going right and going deep. He's got it down the field. All the way down inside the 15, but we see a marker on the field. That's going to wrap it up here in the first half. Stay tuned. Second half not too far away. Just about set to get this second half underway. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Moore with the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Down he goes. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long, ball's at the 25. Wide receiver comes in motion. Moore from the gun, trying to convert 3rd down. Going to try to get it himself. And he's going to come up just a tad short. Needed to get the ball to the 35, and they'll mark it at the 34. And the Ducks will punt this one away. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Throwing Russell. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
Right side, it's Rodgers. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Oh, he's got some space. They'll chase him out of bounds after a nice pickup on the play.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And this quarterback, man, you've seen him have some success, so you know he'll take off and run. The defense was ready, man. Nice job. This second half, this is a critical part of it. Don't let him beat you with his feet.
They're all over him. Unloads in the nick of time.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to guy is out wide, and they're doing a great job of mixing up coverage, taking that away. Listen, this QB doesn't have to go to it, and that's what I think you look.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. He'll try to really get into this one. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one.
Makes the catch, and he's free. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And that's a really good job by the quarterback, man. You run the play action, you want to take a shot. Nice job taking the check down. Running back does the rest and chews up some yardage.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Running inside, it's Davison. They'll give him 4 on the pickup. It's 2nd and 6. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Gets the back moving. They'll run him again. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. On the gun, on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a 4th down.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical when he caught it. When he catches the football, I've got to immediately impact him so he can't catch it. That's how it's done.
The Alabama offense coming onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell. Got his man. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. And they'll just try to kick it out of bounds to make sure that thing doesn't get run back. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the snap, it's Davison. And he forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Moore. Left side, it's Johnson. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down. Big fella showing some ability. Got away from one tackle. Defense lucky they had a few more there to help.
Yeah, he's not a big stiff. He's not a blocking tight end. This guy can do some work out in the open field as well, and he showed you his athleticism.
They'll move the wide receiver. On the ground, it's Davison. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
The give to the back. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
Moore, play action. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
21 on the play. Good enough for a first down.
The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Davison. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Dante Moore. Out wide right, it's Moore. Touchdown, Ducks! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. And And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown, and they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a man. It's Russell. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Keelan Russell. Right down the middle. Out wide left, it's Rodgers. And they'll move the chains with the first down, but that might be it for the third quarter.